Hey.
Yeah, finally. It's finally Friday. And you know what that means right here on Decibel Geek TV and on the Decibel Geek Facebook page. It's time for Friday Night Live with your three favorite knuckleheads who love rock and roll. Chris Sinzak down on the end, Rock and Ron, and myself, Aaron Camaro. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Ron, you got back from your bathroom trip that you had to take literally as we started going.
Oh, you just had to bring it up. I knew you would. I made it back in time.
Well, I got to bring it up when it's this guy doing it.
I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
It's hard to hear the audio on that, but that's Rock and Ron singing Shandy. His favorite Kiss song.
Oh, Jesus. So, everybody having a good week this week?
What's that?
Everybody having a good week this week?
Now that it's finally Friday night, man, and it's time for Friday Night Live, I'm excited for it. I know you guys, everybody works hard all week long. Fridays don't always turn out to be all downhill like they're supposed to be. People are tired out. They've been working hard all week. It's time to kick back, enjoy, talk some rock and roll. We're opening up the lines tonight. We want to see your comments. We want to give you guys the opportunity to call into the show and talk to us about rock and roll. Chris has got a bunch of fun stuff planned for us.
Yep.
Thank God it's Friday. That's all I can say. It's been a long week. I'm glad we're here for this.
Yeah. And had a pretty cool show this week. Thanks to Mr. Aaron Camaro coming up with a great idea. We did the rhythm section draft. That's the episode if you missed it.
What can I say? I'm a podcast idea genius. As long as the subject's rock and roll, we're going to be doing this for another 20 years because I'm never going to run out of good ideas to talk about when it comes to our favorite music, hard rock, classic metal.
And if you missed the mention on the episode, because we did like the top 20, so like 10 picks each, but we had another 20 picks on top of that we did on the Patreon page.
Yeah, we actually did a top 40 with that, and Rock and Ron was cool enough to take that and release it to our Decibel Geek VIPs who support us on patreon.com. So it was kind of cool. So Decibel Geek episode comes out, you get your top 20, and then if you're a Decibel Geek VIP or if you want to become one, then you can go on and get actually part 2, which I think is the Chris and Aaron episode number 113, if I'm not mistaken, is part 2 of our rhythm section draft, where we picked who we thought was the best bass and drum duos of all time. And, for the most part, from the comments I seen, at least for the top 4, we nailed it. Yeah. Like, nobody seems to really disagree with that too much.
Yeah, like nobody chimed in and said, why didn't you pick Ricky Rocket and Bobby Dahl? So.
You're lying. I know they did.
Go to the Patreon episode if you want to hear that pick. Was not me.
But spoiler alert.
What?
The same with your guys' Hall of Fame. You still snubbed the best 3-man trio band to come out of Canada.
Who?
Triumph. You shrug at that, Mr. Oh, the Ramones. I'll put the Ramones in there.
I'll take the Ramones over Triumph any day. Come on. I'll take Triumph if it's the Insult Comic Dog, not if it's the band.
Oh, come on. Triumph had a ton of hits. And
what hits
Ramones,
what are the big...
What, a one-hit one? No, that's right. They didn't even have one hit.
What are the giant Triumph hits that I'm not thinking of?
Oh, God, there's too many.
Well, name some.
Fight the Good Fight. Magic Power.
That's a hit?
Lay It on the Line.
That's the one I know. Heart. Oh, please.
Hold on.
I've heard all those songs on the radio.
Rock and Roll Machine. Come on.
Rock and Roll Machine has got one of the most badass guitar solos of any band I've ever heard in my entire life. If you love just ripping guitar, you got to check out Rock and Roll Machine by Triumph. That solo is just unbelievably awesome.
They maybe it's a Tennessee thing. They never got airplay here. Like I don't remember ever. Lay It on the Line's the only Triumph song I ever remember hearing on the radio.
Yeah, you're right. We have been dismissive of Triumph, and we need to maybe figure out a way to fix that. Maybe we need to do a special Triumph episode. We find somebody that loves Triumph even more than Rock and Ron to come on and teach us about the magic of Triumph.
Is that's your way of saying Rock and Ron can't come on the show to talk about Triumph?
Yeah. Everybody gets.
I was going to say the only way that would happen is if Chris is sick for a week, and you had me come on and pick an idea.
Well, I'm going on. I'm going on a plane next week, so I might be sick coming off of that trip. So we'll see. But anyway, yeah, that's really. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Amarillo to see my brother-in-law's family. It's like, I told my wife, I was like, I'm tempted to go invest in a hazmat suit just to get through the airport. You know,
yeah,
fucking scary shit.
Don't be playing with the Roro.
Do I?
Don't be playing with that Roro, man. It ain't nothing to mess with.
We'll see our friend.
Two masks.
I know. I'll be wearing a Kiss mask and then a mask over that one. Robert DePasqua. Since when are a number of hits something like you guys are suddenly concerned? That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yeah.
We are the same podcast that raves about Spread Eagle and Warrior Soul. There's no hits there.
Right.
I actually was supposed to see Spread Eagle this summer, and that got canceled.
They're an awesome band. I never knew about them until the Decibel Geek came into my life, and it forced me to really look for more stuff that I didn't know about, and being a part of the Facebook group and all that, you get people turning you on to so much different stuff all the time. And Spread Eagle was a band I never knew about until years later, and then heard about them, somebody telling me about them, and I checked them out. I love that band, man. The old stuff and the one they came out with like a year or two ago.
Yeah, same here.
Good.
I didn't like the new one. I thought it was a little too different from what I was hoping for.
I hadn't heard them at all, and then I got the new one, and I thought that was pretty good, and then went back and got some of the older ones and thought they were pretty good too. So,
hey, Joe Royland's checking in. Sit and spin with Joe.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. You had a rough week this week. I saw you were dealing with some back issues, and I miss seeing you, man. It was good to meet you the first year at Rockin' Pod. So yeah, I would love to have you come back next year. Speaking of Rockin' Pod, I've already booked a couple of guests this week. So
really
can't spoil it. Can't spoil it right now, but it's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'll just whisper it.
Jimi Hendrix.
Back from the dead. I can't believe it. Tell nobody.
Yeah.
Didn't you know you forgot to put this live? So ain't nobody listening but me and you.
No, it's live. He'll be appearing at the Seance stage along with Keith Moon. No, but
that Rockin' Pod.
Yeah, if only we could.
I'll get a psychic in there to channel them.
Yeah, channeling rock stars. That's awesome. I love it.
There's an episode idea. Once we get back to doing it in person, like try to get somebody that does seances to come over to the studio and try to conjure up somebody just to see what happens.
I could do it.
We want to do an Albums Unleashed on Are You Experienced?
Yeah. Ron, you could do it, but you're more of an expert in different kinds of spirits. I'll just say that.
Well, that's true, but I got a rock and roll Ouija board.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and before I forget, because I want to make sure we did push this out here. If you're behind on episodes, we are now on the Pantheon Podcast Network. So be sure to go to pantheonpodcast.com. Check that out. We're excited to be part of their family. They're up to like 60 shows now, and we're one of them. So I'm excited to be in that stable of podcasts.
I mean, we're their favorite one, obviously, but of course, it's very cool to be a part of the team.
Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, so what do we want to do first? We want to do rock and roll show and tell first. What do you want to do? We got some stuff to show off.
Man, you're the one running the show tonight, Chris. You tell us what we're going to do next. Listen here, guys. This is what's happening now. You just lay it out for us.
All right. Well, the last time I did this, I heard, oh, well, shit, I don't have anything ready. So I was trying to give you a little bit of leeway time if you needed to get something in order.
Talking about, I had my rare Gene Simmons CD. I was ready. and I'm ready today. If that's what you want to do, let's do it.
I got my Viewmaster still.
All right.
Okay. All right, here we go. Rock and roll show and tell. Aaron, why don't you go first?
Okay, cool. You want to hear about a little behind the scenes, a little future prediction for the show?
Okay.
I think I found us a really cool Albums Unleashed to do.
What's that?
Check this out.
Move it the other way. Tracy Gunn's Killing Machine.
Crazy Guns.
I don't even
Have
heard
you
of
ever heard
that.
this album?
I'm not familiar with that one. Was it a solo record?
Yeah. It's really cool. It came out on Deadline Records. It's kind of dim in here. I don't remember what year, but there's some really killer songs on here. Some really good stuff. And I got this a while back, and I hadn't listened to it for a while. I thought, man, I think I remember that being pretty good. I'm gonna pull that out. I ended up putting a bunch of songs on my iPod. It's got obviously Tracy Guns on it. I don't know. It's a little dim. But out of the people that played on this is a dude named Riley Baxter.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to this. I'm thinking, man, this is a really good album, really good songs on it. It's got a little hidden thing at the end with some cool live things they're doing when Ralph, it's like live outtakes from LA Guns with Ralph Sanez from Steel Panther back when he was the lead singer of LA Guns. But the rest of the album's all studio tracks with this Riley Baxter singing on it. So, you know, I look at him there, I'm like, I wonder if this guy's still around, man. He does some good singing on this album. You know, I want to check him out more, see what he's up to, see what he's, you know, what else he's done. So you do what you do, you look him up on Facebook. And I'm kind of scrolling through, and there's a few different Riley Baxters on there, but there's one guy that's got a bunch of tattoos, and I'm going, I bet you that's him. So I sent him a friend request, and that was like a week or so ago. And he answered it tonight right before we started recording, and I talked to him and said, would you be interested in coming on and doing Albums Unleashed with us on this album? Cool picture of Tracy Guns in there, jamming and rocking.
That's cool.
And he said he's got a ton of great rock and roll stories, and he'd love to regale the listeners with tales of his rocking career. And he's currently a tattoo artist in Las Vegas, but he would love to come on the show and talk to us about this album. And I don't know if you never heard it, I highly recommend you check it out, especially if you're a fan of LA Guns and you know, our kind of Decibel Geek rock, you know, you probably dig it. So what do you think, man? You want to have Riley Baxter on the show to do Wild Albums Unleashed on Tracy Gunn's Killing Machine?
Why not? Good stories are good stories.
I know it's not the debut album of LA Guns, but I mean, we didn't do Welcome to My Nightmare either. When we talked to Dick Wagner, we did Dada. So I think this would be a perfect one for that.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds good to me. I'd love to have him on.
Hey, I got one that you could do an Albums Unleashed on.
Yeah.
What's that?
And I know the couple of the guys in this band.
I can't. It's too close. Oh, Wild Side. Yeah, you've been wanting us to do that for a long time. Yeah, we're way overdue on that one, aren't we?
For sure. What is that?
This is one that it's called formerly known as Young Guns, but it's got a ton of, I don't know if they're demos or just songs that didn't make it on any albums, because they basically only did 1.5 albums.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about 1.5 because they got the one later on with the alligator on the cover.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of that
I know he's got it.
It's got like half new and then half either live or something of songs that was on Under the Influence.
Well, it's a good thing I just happen to be sitting right here by the W's. So, you got Wild Side, the
Under the
debut.
Influence.
Yeah.
Right? You got that one. And then they came out with this one that's got the, what is this called? Yeah, the Wasted Years.
Wasted Years, yeah.
Isn't that the newest one?
No, this has got a lot of, it might be, yeah, it probably is, because this was released by Stevie Rochelle, forget what year, but it's got a bunch of unreleased stuff that Wildside never came out with, but there's some cool stuff on here. There's a song called Hemi Cuda that is you're gonna get a speeding ticket. Listen to that song if you listen to it in your car. But then they had this one. This was the last one they came out with that was new music.
Okay.
You know where I got it?
Then that one got shelved, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it came out because here it is.
Eventually, but like when it was supposed to come out new, I think it got shelved.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask them. But you know where I got this? Rockin' Pod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. I've got certain CDs that I always keep my eyes open for, and at the time, that was right at the top of my list, and I couldn't believe it when he had it at Rockin' Pod. That dude had all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him to come back because he had like the most amazing selection of CDs, and he kind of had the market cornered because everybody else was just doing vinyl, you know.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I walked by everybody else and went right to him and spent all my money in one booth. All the money I earned on Rockin' Pod weekend went right back into CDs.
All those big bucks I paid you to MC the event.
Yeah, and he had it written into my contract with Pantheon, so I'll be emceeing the Rockin' Pod Expo for the next 50 years.
Oh yeah, well you're definitely doing that. You're too good not to.
I got to work out a will work for CDs kind of trade deal or something.
All right. So I'll do my little show and tell. I got a few things. So does anybody remember 45s?
Yeah, they were in jukeboxes when I was a little kid.
So I got these
2 songs on them.
I had these laying around. They were I got these from JTB, I believe. JTB's Groovy Record Room a while back. Let me do this.
Those were like CDs with a big hole in them, right?
Yeah, with only 2 songs.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
David Lee Roth Going Crazy, which of course on the flip side, in Spanish, Loco del Calor.
So is the B-side, is that him singing the song in Spanish?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty weird to hear. And then on this one, I got
you either know Spanish or you learn it just enough to sing the song.
Yeah. I got Def Leppard Rocket from Hysteria.
What's the B-side on
that? Women Live, which was
okay.
Women was actually the first single and it didn't do anything. And then the ultimate classic of classics here.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
They couldn't even come up with a cool original cover for it. They just used the same cover from the album. Come on.
B-side is Calling Dr. Love.
Yeah.
So, and then I bought this. I got this a few years ago. I bought it from Joey Ramone's brother, Mickey. This is whoa, shit, as I dropped the disc. This is Joey Ramone, Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight on 45. And as you can see, my dog thought it was tasty. And then that's...
See, even your dog don't like the Ramones.
He's more of an ABBA fan. All right, and then...
Wait a minute, though. Because Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight, that's a Ramone song. So is that like a cover, Joey Ramone doing a cover of a Ramone song?
It's a cover of that song.
Okay.
And like that's the back of it. It's him and his brother with Santa.
You know who else does a really cool version of that song?
Who?
The LA Guns on their
Oh,
Christmas
really?
album they came out with last year. They do a cover of that, and it's killer. I love it.
And then the last thing I have for tonight, this is thanks to Kevin Williams, because when Red Dragon Cartel came in, he just out of the goodness of his heart got me a VIP pass to go into this. So I got to meet Jake, and he gave me a little signed postcard here.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So yeah. So,
You a nice guy? You got to meet him then, right?
Yeah, he signed that for me.
Right on.
Yeah, super nice. Yeah, really nice. And actually I referenced that meeting when we interviewed Anthony from Lynch Mob, because he was playing bass at the time.
That's right. I remember that.
That's where I
don't know if you guys ever seen this.
Oh, thank God it's not his penis.
I thought it was a blow-up doll. Was that the jacket from the 70s?
Yeah.
Wow.
God, it looks stiff as a board.
Actually, it's so, I don't even know what it's very flimsy.
It's made out of trash bags or something.
Never been worn. Of course, I couldn't fit in it anyhow because it's like toddler size now, but.
Why do you have a toddler's jacket at your house? Sorry.
Because I was a toddler when I got it.
I was just going to ask where you found it at, but you've had it all along, huh? Your parents buy it for you when you were little?
There we go.
What is that?
Got the ticket stub from Kiss
Denver
concert.
Pull it back some. All right. Oh, it's hard to focus on there.
Kiss concert here in Denver, September 7th, 1996.
Cool.
And if you want more proof that I was there, here you go.
I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
You look so disappointed in yourself at the end of that. You're like, wow, did I really just do that?
I can't believe I just sang Just a Boy on national television.
And then one more thing. I got a rare, one-of-a-kind T-shirt.
Oh, cool.
That's got my name on it.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome there.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Where'd you get that from?
A fan gave it to me.
A fan? Holy shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a rock and ron world. We just live in it.
You bet. You bet. I'm going to get me a shirt like that. It says rock and ron on the back of it, and I'm going to go rob a bank.
Oh, man. That's too funny. But yeah, that's what I had.
Ron.
You what?
You got to pace yourself. You're showing too much. You got to slow it down because you're going to run out of stuff to show.
All right, I'm done.
No, tell me about the jacket. Where'd you get it? How old were you when you got it?
Probably about 10 or 11 or something like that. And I'm thinking it was a exclusive with the Kiss Army.
Yeah.
Something I can't remember exactly now. It was put in plastic and hanging in my closet for years. Because it was so flimsy. I never did try to wear it because I thought it would fall apart.
Wow. That's amazing that you saved that as a 10-year-old. I don't think I could have not worn it. I think I would have worn it every day until it was taped, nothing but tape.
I know, that's what I wanted to do. But it's pretty cheaply made.
Was that like a birthday present or something?
It might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. That was 60 years ago now. So
Back in the dinosaur age.
Okay.
It's a real professional. Oh man.
I hate that. You guys are making me build up a tolerance to that. I used to not be able to not laugh every time I seen that, and now I'm building up a tolerance. You got to cut that back too.
All right.
I don't want to build up a tolerance to it.
All right, then listen.
All right. So
I won't do it anymore unless I say something really funny that you guys don't laugh at. Then I'll do it. That's a big toddler.
oh man. So we want to look at some blabbermouth stories.
Yeah, what's new in the news? Oh, I got one.
What's that?
Have you guys heard the new song with Peter Criss and Richie Scarlett?
Yeah, I heard it today.
What do you think? That's pretty awesome.
It's better than I expected it to be. I'll give it that.
Oh, so you knew it was coming?
Yeah, they kind of teased it, like Eddie Trunk was supposed to premiere it, but like they did a little teaser of it the other day. But yeah, I'm usually not a big fan of Richie's stuff, but it turned out a decent song. I liked it.
I really like Richie Scarlett. I know at least one of his CDs, and I love it. And the cool thing about it is, like, him and Peter Criss, man, what a good team. They both sing the same.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and I had trouble walking, I always thought Peter Criss sang the song "Too Young to Die."
Yeah, I used to think that too.
But it's Richie Scarlett. The Richie and Peter Criss got a very similar style in their singing, and you can't complain about it. What have we been asking the last 9.5, almost 10 years of doing Decibel Geek? The one thing we've always asked for that we've never gotten was Peter Criss performing on a rock song, and we got all kinds of weird stuff over the years, but finally, after all these years, you get to hear Peter Criss singing on a nice, good rockin' song, and it's called "The Emperor and the Catman." So it's by Richie Scarlett, Emperor and the Catman. Kiss fans, you gotta check that out. It's got Peter Criss on it, and he's rocking. You gotta love that.
Drumming's pretty solid on it. I enjoyed it. Pretty good.
Why don't you guys ever share any of this stuff with me? Or I didn't hear nothing about that. I don't hear nothing about anything you guys talk about.
Right.
I got to go back and research this stuff.
You haven't learned the secret handshake yet. So until you learn that, then you're not going to get let in on any of this cool shit. So
how much you want to bet next time we see Ron, he tries to grab our wieners now after you told him that? Secret handshake, here you go.
You weren't supposed to tell him how to do it, Aaron.
He'd have figured it out on his own eventually.
Yeah. Our wives aren't big fans of the secret handshake, I'll just say that. It's like you guys are a little too close. But all right, let's look at some blabbermouth stuff real quick. Let me pull up the screen.
Yeah, you gotta check out that song, Ron. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well.
Did that not work? Hang on. Oh, here we go. Okay.
So funny. So little.
Here's a interesting headline. David Ellefson looks back on the day that Dave Mustaine heard Metallica's Kill 'Em All for the first time. He was pissed.
Oh, I bet. Because you can't deny it. You can't listen to that and deny its awesomeness.
Boy, Mustaine looking really grizzled in this photo. Wow. Let's see.
I guess he probably said, man, a lot of that's my riffs. Those are my songs, some of that stuff.
Did he get that off of our live stream again? The blabbermouth copying us again?
No, we didn't. He didn't say about that when he was with us.
No, but I'm sure that the story has to do with, because Mechanics became the Four Horsemen. So although I like what Metallica did with it better than Mechanics. David Hasselhoff says he's a major fan of Metallica and Iron Maiden. All right.
Who is it?
He's doing a metal album, isn't he?
I hope not.
And
that's what I heard.
Mark St. John from Kiss was in one of his videos.
What?
He's pulling a Pat Boone on us.
I didn't know
Hold
that.
on. Hold on, you didn't know that?
No.
Damn it. A Kiss question I could have used on Beat the Geek that you didn't know. I can't believe it. Yeah, Mark St. John. If I don't know the song, but it's a David Hasselhoff thing. It's in German, and it's a rock song. And I don't know if Mark St. John actually plays on the song, but I know he's in the video.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know that. Look it up, people. It's out
All
there.
I ever seen was where he was on the wall or something.
Huh. Well, there's not a
David Hasselhoff.
Oh, on the wall. I got you.
Before they tore down the wall.
You didn't hear that Mark St. John brought down the Berlin Wall? Oh. Man, there's really not a lot of interesting stories on here. Oh, this was interesting. Did you guys hear about that Scorpions podcast about Wind of Chains being a CIA operation?
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
So they're going to adapt it for a television show, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd watch that.
What, the Scorpions meet Jack Bauer?
It's probably a documentary show. I don't think it's a fiction.
They should make a TV show where the Scorpions themselves are the stars and they're trying to solve the mystery. Like they're trying to infiltrate the CIA to be able to find out the truth about whether their song was used or not in nefarious schemes. I'd watch that.
Unintentional comedy. Oh boy.
What's going on with Dee Snider there?
He was glad to see Twisted Sister's early story was told in the We Are Twisted Fucking Sister documentary. Well, duh. Boy, they're really short on news stories these days.
Yeah, really.
Of course, he was part of making the documentary. Of course, he's happy about it.
Yeah.
You know, it took me 3 tries to get through that documentary. I fell asleep the first 2.
You and me both.
I mean, it's an interesting story, but it takes forever to kind of get rolling. Here's about this. Ozzy is halfway done with a new record.
What? Wow.
With Robert Trujillo and Taylor Hawkins guesting on it.
Wow.
Hey.
That's wild, man. That's good, I guess. You'll never hear me say, "Oh, what? Another new Ozzy album already?" You'll never hear that come out of my mouth seriously. Yeah. If it comes out tomorrow, I'll go get it.
I heard our buddies in Cobras and Fire are getting some flack because the Ozzy album made one of their top albums of the year lists.
I mean, that's tough because there's been a lot of great albums come out this year, but that's the power of Ozzy. I don't know. I can't say that, and I've been looking a little bit, but I haven't made any strong, solid decisions yet on our year-end episode. But
we better hurry up.
Sure that Ozzy won't be on my list. At very least, honorable mention. Wasn't the best, but there are some good songs on it.
I think we liked it more than a lot of other podcasters that talked about it. Oh, this is funny. Scott Stapp from Creed is going to play Frank Sinatra in an upcoming Ronald Reagan biopic.
Wow. Okay.
Great, I guess. Hey, anything to keep the guy from singing Creed songs is good with me.
Hey, Corey Taylor's on Blabbermouth next.
Have you checked out his new album?
A little bit.
What's it like?
I'm not the biggest Corey Taylor fan, and I don't want to say too much because one of my podcast editing clients just recently interviewed him, and I helped put the audio version of it out. But it's okay. He seems like an interesting guy. I think he gets a little bit too much flack for. Blabbermouth just loves to cover everything he says.
Yeah, it's not his fault he's popular, I guess.
This was interesting. Glenn Hughes was saying when Deep Purple got inducted into the 2016 Rock Hall of Fame that there was a lot of tension between the members of the band.
Like the members of the band and like he against Hughes and
Coverdale.
or
Yeah.
amongst themselves.
Yeah. But Hughes and Coverdale, they're good friends, but the rest of the band don't get along with either of them.
Yeah. Was Ricky Blackmore there?
I don't think so.
I would think if there was going to be tension with anybody, it would be Richie Blackmore, but he probably didn't even bother to show up.
No, he wasn't there, but he says it's a touchy subject. It was not an easy night for us. If you look at the body language, it's pretty obvious. But again, David and I have been thick and thin through so long. I just dearly love him. Regarding Deep Purple, I have no idea what they're doing, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
So there's still some bad feelings among those guys.
But that's because, Deep Purple is still around, and they're still putting out albums, and they're their own band. And Richie Blackmore's gone, and Ian Gillan's back in the band. And of course, we got our drum and bass duo we just talked about last week on the show. John Lord's gone, but it's probably was a thing where it's like, well, we're the core band, and you guys just kind of came in later on in the era. But,
right.
Deep Purple probably gets sick of hearing about people going, man, I love Deep Purple, but I just listened to Stormbringer, and I was blown away. Oh, God, what could this be? Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson's sex tape scandal to be adapted into a TV series.
Oh, jeez, man. Yeah, I probably would not watch that.
It's going to be a very long TV series.
My favorite episode is the one where they go boating.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can drive a boat with your dick, then that's got to count for something. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense stories in here. Meshuggah's touring in Europe next fall. Yay.
Everybody hopefully should be touring next fall.
Wolf Hoffman says lockdown videos and live stream shows are not the right thing for Accept. Well, I guess he won't be coming on here anytime soon.
Wait, what do you mean?
What?
He talking about like how different, like how they did like Jericho and the dude from Classic 76, or I mean Classic 78. They did like the quarantine session thing, or the quarantine where it's like all different people from different parts of the world all doing their parts at once. Is that what he's got a problem with?
Look at that. The hills have eyes. He says, I know a lot of people are doing these lockdown videos or streaming shows, but I don't think that's really the right thing for Accept. So we'll wait till we can actually meet in person on stage again in front of a proper audience.
I got you. I see what he's saying. Yeah, I misunderstood that. I guess, yeah, it's not the same for them, For us watching, it's cool, but it's not the same for them to be in an empty room, just basically rehearsal hall. They want to wait. Yeah. Those songs are good. They want to wait until they can bust them out in front of people. Everything I've heard that was released off the new one so far is just killer.
Boy, here's two hard-hitting news headlines. Slash says Eddie Van Halen was a guitar innovator, a gifted musician, and an amazing artist. Wow.
What?
And Don Dockett on Quiet Riot drummer Frankie Banali. I was sad to see him pass.
Yeah.
I can't wait to click these open and read. Journey's Arnell Pineda says Eddie Van Halen was a guitar god. Yep. Sammy Hagar and the Circle performed Santa's Going South as part of lockdown sessions. Okay. I agree with Wolf Hoffman in this case.
All right. I got one for you. Have you guys, I don't remember if we've talked about this or not, but have you guys, I think this is like a thing now, but there's a dude on the YouTube that is doing videos of like, what if Typo Negative did Master of Puppets?
Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I didn't know about the Typo Negative ones, man. Those are really cool. He does a really awesome job of them. I wish I could think of his name right off the top of my head, but wasn't thinking about it.
Sharon
But
Osbourne has Sharon Osbourne has COVID.
All right, thoughts and prayers to Sharon, I guess. She don't need them from us.
Brian Wheat from Tesla admitted to having bulimia to stop himself from gaining weight. That's where you stick your finger down your throat and you throw up your lunch.
So you eat a lot of food because you like to eat, but then you puke it out.
Yeah, you binge and purge.
I remember years ago reading in a magazine where like somebody came up to him and said, "Hey, what happened to the fat guy that used to be in Tesla?" And he's like, "That was me." But he had lost weight.
Chris,
but I wonder if that's weird, especially back in those times, like in the 80s when like your look was such an important aspect of your whole thing, like Poison, Motley Crue. These bands all had looks, Bon Jovi. What if Bon Jovi was, 20 pounds overweight? Do you think Bon Jovi would have been as huge as they are?
I guess they would be huger.
I guess they would be huger. What I'm saying, back then that image was so important. How weird must it have been to be an overweight guy in a band where everybody's supposed to be sexy dudes,
Yeah. Just ask Gene during the Asylum era.
He didn't care. It didn't affect him at all.
He was bald too. So you want to watch the trailer for the Chris Holmes documentary?
No.
Sure, man. I like Chris Holmes.
Let's see if it'll play on here. I don't know if the sound will come through. Let's see if it works.
Not working.
Not?
No, I don't hear nothing.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
People give Chris Holmes a lot of shit, but I like him. I've always been a huge fan of his.
Cool. Let me.
I liked him in Decline of Western Civilization.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Scorpion meets the Phantoms of the CIA.
Let's do it. I'm gonna call Earl Skakel and be like, "I got a pitch for you.
Yeah.
Take this to your Hollywood people."
That's better than his Vinnie Vincent documentary idea.
So I did go down a little rabbit hole earlier this week. I don't know if you guys know about any of this, but we was checking out the new Wet song come out, WET. And so I was watching that with my wife and said, do you recognize the guitar player in that? And she finally figured out that it was the guy from Eclipse. And then I said, check out this other band that he's in, because he's in a bunch of bands. And so I played an Ammunition video. And she really liked the singer in Ammunition. And so then we checked that out, and turns out the guy is the lead singer for a band called Wigwam.
Yeah, I remember that.
You ever heard of them?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
So I hadn't heard of them, so I checked it out, and they've been around for a long time, but they started out kind of glammy, kind of like the Sweet.
Yeah.
All flashy and that, but then checked out a couple of their new videos of their album that's coming out, I believe, in January. And that's really good. So I'm going to get a copy of that. They're gone a lot more rock on this one than, got rid of the glam stuff. That guy's a hell of a singer.
I tried listening to them a few years ago, and I remember thinking it was good, but it was a little on like the kind of the cornball side.
Yeah,
it was a little over the top, and I was kind of like, it's kind of like that band Crazy Licks with 2 X's.
Yeah,
like they're kind of in Reckless Love, bands like they're doing the glam thing, but to me they go a little too far with it, where it's almost like a caricature of glam. So Like that's the only thing preventing me from like fully getting on board. But it's still well done though.
So it's kind of like Steel Panther without the joke being, you know,
Yeah.
the band's in on the joke.
Yeah, it's like just it's going over the top, but there's not really any humor to it. It's just like The Darkness still had a tongue-in-cheek thing about what they were doing, but these bands they really believe in what they're doing, but it's just kind of over the top cornball. And I always thought Wigwam was like the worst band name ever.
Yeah, that's a terrible band name. But the new stuff they're coming out with, the couple of videos that they just put out, I thought were really good. They were more hard rocking, not glam, not flashy and that. But yeah, I couldn't get into the old stuff that apparently they were real popular over in the UK or somewhere, you know, but just didn't get into them. But really looking forward to the new stuff.
What is that? What's the Alice Cooper thing behind you?
That is Super Duper.
Is that the movie poster? Oh, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I like that. I watched that the other day, actually. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I had to take out my earplugs so I couldn't hear you. But
no, that's cool. So did you go to like the movie screening or something to get that?
No, I did I donated for the GoFundMe when I was coming out, so my name is actually on that poster. It's one of those where they put everybody's name in little print
gotcha.
on there, so I got my name on there.
Cool.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Hey.
So we got about 10 minutes, and then Andy Connors is going to join us for Beat the Geek, but it's reverse Beat the Geek tonight. Because I am hosting, and Aaron has to be the contestant tonight, so that's coming in a few minutes.
This did not go well last time. Kristen, I know what happens here. Chris goes, "Oh, now's my chance to get revenge for all those tough questions that Camaro gives me all the time." And then I get all the tough questions and everybody waxes my ass.
I don't think it's that way this time. Now you'll tell me when it's over. There might be a little truth to that, but
here's the thing. I don't care if you're trying to get revenge. I'm going to ruin it for you. You probably asked Andy all typo negative questions. And then
I think there's only one in there for him. So
there's Mighty K right there, the only person I've ever beaten at Reverse Beat the Geek.
It's the only person you've ever played at Reverse Beat the Geek, isn't it?
True. That's not true. I played 3 people that day.
Oh, well, that's okay. I guess I was just thinking of that one day.
And only because Mighty K likes me and she let me win, so that only really comes with 2. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll give it a shot. I'll take my own medicine.
I think I did a decent job picking questions. There might be one that Andy gets. It might be more of a softball, but I don't know. We'll see.
It's all right. Bring it on. Bring it on.
I still hold the record for the highest points against Chris. So
I wonder why.
Nobody has ever done as well on Beat the Geek as Rock and Ron. Nobody.
Yeah, because he cheated.
Something to be proud of.
I'm glad you guys are proud of yourselves.
He's the only one that ever aced the whole thing.
Yeah, because he had an ace in his deck.
Oh, Devil's gonna play his card game.
You
guys got me good that night because I truly did not. I did not know you were doing that.
It was awesome. It's I don't know, man. If there's ever a Decibel Geek episode Hall of Fame, that one's got to be right up there, man. Right up there.
Jeez.
I played drunk and stupid real well, don't I?
The whole thing is that was one of the most hilarious things I've ever been involved in my entire life. And then the reveal was even, oh man. To go along with that night and not blow it by laughing was so hard.
I still got 6 of them right though.
No, you did good. You did really good. You did way better than you were supposed to. I'll give you that. Like I said, the whole idea behind it, the genius behind the whole thing was to have Rock and Ron just walk through it however he decided to do it. But you were going to get nearly impossible questions about all the bands, all your favorite bands, all the bands that I know are your favorites. I'm going to give you questions about them that are so hard that nobody's ever going to get them right. Oh, Chris got a bunch of them right. So,
the thing is that took us like over 4 hours of recording on that, and I had went through about 3 or 4 of these big mugs of Jaeger bombs, so I was so wasted at the end. But
those were filled all the.
That should tell everybody too. If we recorded for 4 hours and the episode was actually an hour long, how much editing went into that one?
And those Jaeger bombs were filled all the way up to Paul's wig.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But enabled me to play Drunk and Stupid real well.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Well, if you're going to be talented at something.
Yeah.
Well,
Also
I was stupid enough that I didn't get you to catch on.
That's right. That's right. No clue.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things ever in my life. Oh, man. I played some good jokes on people in my days, but never was it as sweet as that.
Well, you've got one coming. I'll get you back for that one.
No way.
Oh, there was the guy that promoted a Vinnie Vincent interview a long time ago and had people all ready to hear Vinnie Vincent, and
that was not a one-man show, let me tell you.
You tell him, Ron. You tell him.
Yeah,
he deserves all that.
Yeah. Aaron had nothing to do with that one.
Oh man, yeah.
Took a lot of heat for that episode.
Yeah,
you did.
And you cannot access that episode anywhere. It is gone.
No. Too bad because it was awesome.
Yeah.
People were mad.
Do you happen to remember that I took a lot of heat for that episode?
Really? Why, Ron? Why did you take me for it?
Because I was just being sarcastic and everything. I made a post on Facebook saying how you guys fooled me and, did the April Fool's thing. And so I don't like you guys anymore, or, you're assholes or something. So whatever I put in a post, but I made it seem super funny. And, everybody should have figured out it was a sarcastic post. I think I said you guys call me the Gollum of Decibel Geek or something. But it ended up got a whole bunch of comments saying how Chris is such an asshole, and how dare him treat me like that, and he can go to hell and whatever. And I had to come back on and say, no, I was only joking.
Well,
we were so mad at him over that Vinnie Vincent shit, though. So mad.
The best part was leading people on in the weeks leading up to it. It was we planned that shit out so good, and it was like Because like the initial date was going to be March 25th, I think that was going to be the original date. Because it was like, if I say, huh?
How did we do that? We didn't. We knew if we lined it up on April Fool's, everyone would know bullshit.
Yeah.
So we set it up and then pushed it back purposefully.
Yes. And I said, I put out posts like saying, you know, this is the most difficult guest we've ever had to plan for. I'm having to go through legal papers. I had some great. I had fun trolling people leading up to that one. That was for sure.
That was awesome. It really was. It was very well orchestrated.
Somebody says Decibel Geek drinking game. Eric Spink, drink every time Vinnie Vincent is mentioned. We'll all be messed up quick. That's probably true.
He does come up from time to time.
Yeah, he came up on a phone call I was doing earlier too, completely unrelated. But David Cathy says Aaron comes off as squeaky clean. Yeah, he's good at that, David.
Yeah. I'm good at playing stupid. He's good at playing innocent.
Yeah. I'll take the heat.
All right, if we're gonna tell the truth about it, I mean, that was the whole thing. Was like, well, what do I do? You know, what do I do in this? You know, we got our Vinny, and we got Chris asking all the important questions. How do I fit into this? And so it's like, you know, do I act like I don't believe it? Do I do this? No, I gotta play along. You know.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it don't work. And I wasn't afraid to play the fool, because I was the cushion for everybody else that was getting fooled too.
Right.
So that way, you know, nobody was alone in it, was the idea. And that's the way it ended up working. And it worked really well.
Yeah, well, that way we could still keep listeners, because if you only hate one of us, you still might listen. If you hate both of us, you probably won't. So it's a good way of keeping people to listen.
But we had no idea that we were running that kind of risk at the time. I mean, I guess I did. You maybe did, but I had no idea people were going to be so upset by it until afterwards. Then I was like, okay, I get it. I see why everybody's so mad, because they really wanted to hear that interview.
One guy said that he took the day off of work to listen to it. He was really mad at me.
Oh.
Well, and the thing too, when you listen to it for over an hour and you get, I think everybody that I talked to kind of went through the same thing. First was like, no, this is bullshit. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. You know, only Vinnie Vincent would know the answer to that question.
Right.
And then go, well, man, maybe this is real.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, like the voice modulator right away. As soon as voice modulator, it's like bullshit. And it's like, well, that guy is kind of out there enough to maybe request something like that.
Yeah.
And the answers are right on the money. And then to go all the way through it to the very, very end. And then, boom, the bottom drops out. Evil.
Well, that's why it worked, because you did have good timing that you decided to do that well before he was even heard of, before he come out. And, you know, so nobody had heard anything out of him. Didn't know what he sounds like, didn't know how he is. And
what I would give to be a fly on the wall the day Vinnie Vincent listened to that. maybe it really is me.
It's amazing he still talked to us after that. Oh, man. All right, so we're at the top of the hour. We got our guest backstage. We ready to roll?
Bring it on, Connors.
All right, Ron, you want to hit the intro, and then we'll bring our guest in?
Okay. God damn it.
That's so professional.
You do that again? Hey, fellas.
If we did it right, it'd be wrong.
I missed some good conversation. I have to admit, I was over at the Three Sides of the Coin podcast helping them pick up all the names they drop.
All right, take them off now.
R2D2, Johnny 5, C3PO.
What?
Well, you said take them off. I thought you meant you. All right. Oh man. So Andy, if you don't know Andy, he is basically he's every year he's our sound guy at Rockin' Pod.
I'm your production manager.
Yes.
Yeah.
I handle all aspects of making sure that thing doesn't get fucked up.
Yeah. And I think we've come close to making your head explode several times over the years.
No, it's good. It's good. There's just been a couple interesting characters, but otherwise it's been fine. I'm glad to help because I've been to other things and seen how horribly they go.
Okay.
LA Kiss Expo, Atlanta Kiss Expo.
Oh,
I don't want those things to happen to you.
Those have such spotless reputations. What was that? Somebody
Yeah,
dinner
no
ready?
kidding. You're still waiting for your Vinnie Vincent autographs, right?
No.
No, figurines. We need our figurines.
Figurines.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I have a show and tell item. Can I share?
Yeah. Go for
Yeah.
it.
All right. Do any of you guys remember what my favorite band is?
Typo.
King's X.
King's
So-
X.
Santa brought me something a little early. This is Doug Pinnick signature model.
12
Count
string.
them.
Hell
You can
yeah.
land an aircraft. You can land F-16s on this fingerboard.
Wow.
So I'm not a bass player. I actually, for a guy that's not a bass player, I actually have two 12-string basses. But I had to have it, and
Now Chris has got a boner.
my friend Deanna over at Sweetwater hooked me up. I had a little bit of a dialogue with Doug, and he says that I'm the one of the first people in the U.S. to have it. It's a Doug Pinnick signature DP12 Schecter 12-string bass guitar. So
That's
to me,
awesome.
that tells you everything you need to know about that band. It's the 12-string. It's Doug. So that's a real keepsake. I'm hoping someday when there's live music, I'll be able to get Doug and the rest of the band to sign it. I'll put it in a place where we'll just look at it forever.
That's
Let's just try to bring King's X to Rockin' Pod, and you can do it all at once.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. When you had a strategy to bring him in for the 30th anniversary of Gretchen, I actually found just by looking at stuff on YouTube, I saw a suggestion for a video of King's X and living at Sunrise Musical Theater in Miami in 1990 or 91, and it was the best concert I've ever seen. It was King's X opening for Living Color.
Wow.
Right.
That
So
would be
at the age of 49, I finally figured out the best concert I've ever been to, and that was one of them.
very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we'll have NAMM back. We'll have tours back. It'll be someday. I was just talking to my girlfriend about concerts, and she's like, "Oh, concerts." I'm like, "Yep, I bet you I could get you to go to Kiss, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. Won't be a problem." Anyway, we're here for something else. I'm a little jazzed up tonight. I thought I'd tell you what's happening.
All right. So
Cool.
we ready to play Beat the Geek?
And I'm playing against Aaron,
Yeah,
Yes.
reverse Beat the Geek.
but Aaron cooks up the questions.
Not this week.
All right, as long as there's no fuckery like there is when Ron's playing.
See,
I got all the
Red.
answers.
Yeah, Rob's got all the answers.
Yeah, you got all the answers and all the questions well in advance.
while I'm hosting this thing, Ron will never have all the answers. Trust me. on
All
that.
right. Yeah, I'm ready. I was ready to face you because I think I know when you are going to guess correctly. I think I know you well enough that I know when you're gonna use the process of elimination like I do and guess correctly. So I can't wait to play Aaron because he's a wild card. You never know what he knows.
Well,
Yeah, you bet I am.
He's a Wisconsin boy like me. We don't tell you everything.
That's right.
I'm glad you're not going against me today. Then, if you figured me out, I have like the worst poker face imaginable. All right, so welcome to Beat the Geek. It's the only rock show that goes to 11 because there's 11 questions, and I'm not doing as good a job as Aaron, but I'm doing my best.
You're doing great.
Our contestant is Andy Connors, renowned audio expert, and Aaron will go first because he is the geek. Andy, you know how the game works? Okay, for those tuning in though that don't know, I will give Aaron a multiple choice answer before a question with multiple choice answers. Before I give him the answers, I will ask Andy if he wants to bet against him or not. If he wants to bet against him and he does, and Aaron gets it wrong, Andy gets a point. But if he bets against him and Aaron gets it right, then Aaron gets 2 points.
I invented a very complicated game.
Well, and then when we get to the,
You
we'll
guys
get to
seem
the-
sober enough to keep track of the scoring correctly tonight.
yeah,
That
I'm
was-
sober tonight.
That was
But then
the
we'll,
question I was going to ask, do you have pen and paper to keep score?
Well, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to do any better than you guys do.
See, yep. Chris Sinzak, as the game show host, forgot the most important aspect: a piece of paper and pen.
and I can't put AC versus AC.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, AC versus AC here. Look at
Yep, my mom's original name was her maiden name was Trans Am, so you could use that if you want.
that.
Trans Am versus Camaro.
Right.
Rev it up. Let's go.
My real name is Chris Ferrari, but I changed it to Senzak for the show.
It would have been a bit much if you would have both had car names.
And we're all it's a really confusing when we do an Eric Carr special. Hey. All right.
Oh, man.
Okay, so let's get started. The first question goes to Aaron since he's the geek.
Come on.
All right. It's widely thought that Guns N' Roses' first single was Welcome to the Jungle. However, before that song was released in the U.S., there was a different song chosen as the first single in the U.K., and only the U.K. What song was it? Andy, do you want to bet against him or you think he knows it?
I will bet against him.
Oh, all right. All right, Aaron, your choices are It's So Easy, Night Train, Rocket Queen, or My Michelle.
It's so easy.
That is correct.
Ding ding.
And Andy bet against you, so Aaron gets 2 points.
Woo-hoo!
Nice job.
Thank you. That's a good way to start.
All right, question goes to Andy. What band holds the Guinness World Record for the longest running fan club of a rock group? Aaron, do you think he knows this one?
I'm going to bet against him.
Ooh, all right. All right, Andy, your choices are the Rolling Stones, Kiss, Queen, or Deep Purple.
I'm going to say Deep Purple.
That is incorrect. The answer is Queen.
Ah, I was
Oh,
gonna say that.
I would have known that. I
Yeah,
would've
it seemed kind of obvious, like too obvious. But anyway, I like it.
So Aaron bet against you, so that's a point to Aaron. We're up 3-0 already.
Wow, Queen had a fan club before Kiss?
I guess so, yeah, because they've had the longest running one.
Okay.
All right, question goes to Aaron. Which member of Def Leppard was openly criticized by Queen Elizabeth? Andy, do you think he knows this, or do you want to bet against him?
I'm going to bet against him again.
Ooh, man, you guys are ballsy tonight. All right. All right, Aaron. Was it Joe Elliott, Steve Clark, Rick Allen, or Pete Willis?
Openly criticized by the Queen? I have no idea. I've never heard this story before. I guess I'm going to go with the most recognizable name out of the group, and I'm going to say Joe Elliott.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Rick Allen because he wore the Union Jack boxers on stage, and she did not like that.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea.
So Andy bet against you. Point goes to him, so it's now 3-1.
I thought you were going to tell me that Clark pulled out his wang and mixed her drink with it or something.
That's not an old fashioned.
All right. Question goes to Andy. Andy, which band was the first to ever advertise an album on a billboard? Aaron, do you think he knows this one?
I know this one. This one's been brought up on Beat the Geek before.
Has it?
Yeah. I'm going to bet against him.
All right. Andy's betting against you. Was it the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Dave Clark Five, or the Doors?
I'm going to say Dave Clark came before the Doors, so Dave Clark 5.
That is incorrect.
Wow, was it the Doors?
It was the Doors.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Aaron-
their first album.
Aaron bet against you, so he gets the point. It is now 4-1.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Moving right along here. Question goes to Aaron. Aaron, rich rock and roll legend aspired to be a professional photographer and only performed music to buy photography equipment. Andy, do you think he knows this, or do you want to bet against him?
I think he knows it. I think he
Okay.
will once you read the answers.
So you're not going to bet against him. All
I will
right,
not.
Aaron.
No.
Do you know it?
Do I? Well, do it? Does he know it?
You know it. Andy, you think you know it?
I think once I hear the answers, it'll tickle something in the back of my memory.
I'm banking on the same thing because I think I've heard this maybe somewhere before. What are the choices?
All right, your choices are Richie Valens, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, or Sam Cooke.
Oh, those aren't the names I was hoping would bring something.
What was the first one?
Richie Valens, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, or Sam Cooke.
I'm going to say Chuck Berry.
That is correct. Chuck Berry.
Ding,
Yeah,
ding.
I feel like we know enough about those other two, and then I'm pretty sure Sam Cooke was fairly uneducated to the point where he's illiterate. I've heard from guys in the production business, so you wouldn't think that guy would be in photography. That was a good one.
All right.
Yeah, I knew I heard.
Whose dog
Sorry.
is that?
We got two dogs barking. There's somebody at the door.
It's Vinnie Vincent. So take a drink. All right.
Yeah, Billy Vincent did look like my mother last time I saw him.
Okay, so Andy did not bet against you, so just 1 point awarded. It is now 5-1.
All right.
All right.
I like
Got a
it.
big lead. And you said I was going to give you the hard ones. Come on.
I'm just too smart. What can I say?
All right. Question goes to Andy. Which band was originally called Repulsion? Aaron, do you want to bet against him, or do you think he knows it?
Repulsion, huh?
The Ramones.
Fuck you.
I'm going to bet against him.
Okay, betting against him. All right, Andy, your choices are Danzig, Fear Factory, Annihilator, or Typo Negative.
I will guess Danzig.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Typo Negative.
What?
So
Andy.
how did that not come up when I professed myself to be a typo negative expert on the Halloween podcast a couple years ago?
I thought you would get that one easily.
And I'm a huge Typo Negative fan too, and I did not know that. I would have, if I'd have looked at that, if that question was mine, I would have eliminated Typo Negative and guessed from the other three.
Well, and if you said to me what was Typo Negative's original name, I would have said, well, we know that two of the guys were in Carnivore.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, to take it a step further, they were originally called Repulsion. They found out another band had that name. Then they changed it to Sub-Zero, and they found out another band had that name, and then they changed it to Typo Negative.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to need some
Wow.
Wikipedia fact or fiction here.
All right, so Aaron, did you bet against him on that?
Yeah.
You did, so Aaron gets a point on that one. Oh, we're up 6-1.
Yeah. This is how Beat the Geek is done.
All right.
And now we're just playing for fun.
You're right.
We're always playing for fun. There's no prize.
Yeah, I got to ask my girlfriend who went to the store, asked me, what's the prize? And I'm like, bragging rights?
Yeah, that's it. All right. Question goes to Aaron. This artist has the distinction of playing the first and last shows at McNichols Arena in Denver in 1975 and 1999.
I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Live. Rock and roll live from the parking lot.
At McNichols Arena.
Yeah. All right. Andy, do you want to bet against him, or do you think he knows it?
I will not bet against him.
Okay, he's playing it safe. All right, Aaron.
Yeah.
So let me read the question again, just so you have the years in mind.
Right.
This artist has the distinction of playing the first and last shows at McNichols Arena in Denver in 1975 and 1999. Your choices are ZZ Top, Deep Purple, Aerosmith, or Alice Cooper.
Rock and Ron was probably at both of them.
I know it.
Yeah.
Hey?
Boy, this is a wild guess. I've never been to Denver. I don't know about the McNichols Arena. This is a pretty obscure question.
No.
I'm gonna say ZZ Top.
Ding ding.
That is correct.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that would have been my guess. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
I was kind of torn between them and Aerosmith, but ZZ Top just, I don't know. It was just a guess. 1 out of 4 chance.
And
Wow.
Rock and Ron was there for at least one of those?
Yeah, I won't say which one though.
Wow. We're up to 7-1.
Damn.
But things can change. Things can change quickly because it is.
I've been fired again.
Yeah, you have. It's the kiss round. Double the points. All right. All right. Question goes to Andy. The cover of the Alive album is iconic, but who was the photographer? Aaron, do you think he knows this one, or do you want to bet against him?
I'm going to play it safe on this one. I'm not going to bet against him.
All right. Not going to bet against you. Your choices are Finn Costello, Brad Elterman, Richard Creamer, or Lynn Goldsmith.
I'm going to guess the first one, which I've already forgotten.
Finn Costello?
There you go. Finn, that guy. Love that guy.
That is correct.
Wow. Wow.
2 points awarded. So now it is 7-3.
At least it wasn't Neil Zofalofo.
No,
Yeah.
he was more the 80s than the 70s. All
Who was
right.
the last one? Who was that? That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah,
Lynn Goldsmith?
He's got something to do with Kiss, though, right?
All of them do. All of them took famous photos of Kiss, actually.
yeah. And over my right ear is Neil Preston's book, which is a bunch of rock photos. It's really incredible. Great thing to have. And then if Julian's watching, the other books are mostly Julian Gill's books.
Very
They're
cool.
good. Good stuff.
Julian Gill is watching the Kissmas thing in Florida. I can guarantee he's not watching this right now.
Right.
All
yeah.
right.
And it sounds like Julian might not be writing any more Kiss books for a while. He's over it.
I'm excited about he's doing an Aerosmith book about their touring history. I'm going to buy that for sure.
He could probably make Aerosmith interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, Aerosmith's not interesting to you?
I think I don't care for anything Aerosmith did after they got off drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want them to do drugs. I would have liked for them to maybe quit putting out new horrible albums.
Oh, and this is funny. Monty K goes, Richard Creamer? Yes, that is a real name.
Right.
And then David Cathy, that's what she said.
Don't call me Dick.
Dick is short for yes. All right. Okay, back to the game. We're totally going off the rails here. All right. Question goes to Aaron for his Kiss round question. All right, Aaron, take a drink. Vinnie Vincent played his final Kiss show March 17th, 1984 in what city?
I'm not going to bet against him.
Wow, you think he knows them?
Oh, I think everybody knows this.
Really? Okay. All right, Aaron. Your choices are Atlanta, Georgia, Spokane, Washington, Evansville, Indiana, or Binghamton, New York.
Ooh. I don't know this.
You should have bet against him, Andy.
I know.
I'm going to
Say
say Evan.
choices again. You're going to say Evansville, Indiana? That is correct.
Yeah, nice.
Nice job.
Wow. All right.
I guess it's in there somewhere. All this stuff, it's in there somewhere. It's just a matter of pulling it forward.
Look, the older you get, the more you have to move old info out to move new info in. I can tell you that.
The only reason I knew this one was our friends Dennis and Bill from the Ages of Rock podcast were both at that concert.
Wow.
Yep. All right. So 2 questions left. It's kind of a foregone conclusion Aaron's going to win this, but let's play it out anyway. Question goes to Andy. Oh, excuse me. And this is a question that Aaron wishes he would get. So the top 2 most popular songs for Enough's Enough on Spotify are obviously Fly High Michelle and New Thing. But what is the 3rd most popular? Aaron, do you think he knows it, or do you want to bet against him?
Yeah, what the hell? I'll bet against him.
All right.
Good idea.
It's giving you a fighting chance. All right, your choices are Baby Loves You, Happy Holiday, I Could Never Be Without You, or Mother's Eyes.
It's got to be Baby Loves You.
That is incorrect.
Really?
It's got to be Happy Holiday.
It is not.
Wow.
None of the above, because only 2 songs are enough's enough.
Right. Like they never had any albums. They just had a single.
Yeah.
That's
Get
better.
What's the answer?
The answer is I Could Never Be Without You.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never guessed that.
Baby Loves You was number 6, Happy Holiday was number 8, and Mother's Eyes, which I think is one of their best songs, isn't even ranked in the top 10.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
All right.
I never would have guessed that.
So you wait, you bet against him.
I get a point.
You get a point. Wow, Jesus. All right.
You're
Now
gonna
10-3.
You're going to need Price Waterhouse or Deloitte and Touche or somebody to do all these to do your scoring for you. Luckily, there's no prizes involved.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't want to have a recount. Anyway. All right. So last question goes to Aaron. Which of these bands has the most songs to hit the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 chart? Andy, you want to bet against him?
Right.
You know what? It won't do me any good, so I will not.
You will not bet against him. All right, Aaron. Your choices are Cheap Trick, Motley Crue, Poison, or Black Sabbath.
Of which chart?
The Billboard Hot 100 chart. Which of these bands had the most top 10 songs?
So the singles chart. I'm gonna say Cheap Trick.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
It's got to be Poison, right?
Poison with 6.
Wow.
Poison number 1.
Those bands were being played on, the beginning FM radio, and nobody was, there was no charts for a band like Deep Purple. They had like 2 hits in the United States.
Yeah, Poison had 6, Cheap Trick had 3, Motley Crue had 2, and Black Sabbath never had a top 10 single.
Wow. Yeah. This is what we did with the 80s. We listened to Poison, right?
Yeah.
I know.
All right, well, that's a final score
Congratulations,
of
friend.
Aaron wins 10-3.
Wow, yeah, I sure didn't think I was going to do that good. That's almost rock and roll level right there.
Without the fuckery. Nice job. Well, I'm sure you guys are going to dispose of me. Are there any other interesting topics of conversation that I'm going to miss out on when I go?
We're just going to do probably. Yeah, you can hang out if you want. We're going to do the Smash or Trash and then probably get out of here.
Oh, well, I'll hang out. I'll mute unless I have something worthy of comment.
All right, cool. All right,
That's what they tell me all the time.
Ron, mute yourself.
I took care of that for you.
See
That's
what
my
I mean?
favorite thing to do. That's my favorite thing to do in the world.
He loves to do
All right.
that.
All right. So we're ready for Smash or Trash.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or trash.
All right. Okay, let me get all my stuff in front of me here. So Smash or Trash, and I'll have to share my screen so we can look at. I do have the wheel set up tonight, so we will get that worked out. Let me get my tab set up. What is this Mighty K saying? I'm not the only one to beat Aaron. All right.
Yeah, Christian put up way bigger of a fight, man.
Hang on.
I don't know how I did that. I'm always afraid to play reverse Beat the Geek because I'm scared I'm going to embarrass myself. I don't know what happened there. That was some lucky stuff.
Yeah. All right. So
We got a lot of them, huh?
Yeah, we got 5. We got 5 possibles, and I did them in Christmas colors, as you can see. Because we will not be going live on Christmas night unless Ron and Aaron want to do it. I'll be out of town. It's up to them.
No.
But, all right. That was a quick answer. All right. So we ready to spin and find out who we're going to listen to first?
Yeah, give it a rip.
I can't even read them.
It is Andre Como. Does anyone remember who Andre Como is?
Doesn't ring a bell.
You probably watched him on TV because he was the rocker guy on the first season of MTV's The Real World.
Yeah, still got.
How long ago?
1990, I think.
Yeah, the guy with the hair, the female African American rapper chick, the one that was the dancer. What else? Didn't you have some folky singer type?
Oh, they had this guy.
Female.
I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day.
And then they kicked him out of the house after that. But
That was the same year I got my jacket.
The unreal world of Ron Runyon.
yeah. But if you remember, Andre looks like this now. That's what he looks like now. All right. So let's go. Let me look up some of the information real fast.
That's his ID badge for the halfway house?
I guess so. He released a new solo EP called Wrong Within on the EMP label group. That's Dave Ellison and Tom Hazart's label. And this is a song called Firebird. So let's take a listen.
Blacklisted, whited out. Not the boy you forgot about. Took a leap with no regard and got real high, but felt real hard. Flying is the easy part, landing is a bitch. Still I'm reaching for the stars, gonna get my wish now.
All right. What do we think of that one?
I hope Tom Hazard isn't listening
Uh-oh.
because I like him.
But you don't like Andre?
That was a trash.
It's a trash for you?
The riff wasn't too bad, but no.
No?
It's about as good as any reality star has done, though, but no.
Aaron, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't love it, but I really don't hate it either. It ain't terrible. Like Kristen says, I like the guitar too. The singing ain't bad. He's got some oomph in spots, but it doesn't sound like it's from this time. I'd put it somewhere kind of lower middle, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to. I can't trash it, but I definitely don't want to smash it either.
All right. Andy, what do you think?
Well, it's probably better than anything else that you would play that's similar from a guy that used to be on the Real World, but the production sucks. It's easy drummer and it's a plug-in for guitar and recorded, just. But it's not worse than something else you're going to play.
All right. I'm going to say trash. I did not like it. Not for me. All right, let's go on to the next one.
So speaking of reality stars, have you guys heard the new Durban stuff?
We're doing smash or trash. Why are you bringing up this?
Because you brought up reality stars. Guy's a good singer, but
right.
he was the one in Quiet Riot. But the new stuff he's coming out with just kind of too weird.
I think I liked it better than the Quiet Riot stuff personally.
Well, probably.
I forget what the name of the album is, but he's got a solo album out where he does a song with Mick Mars that is just killer song.
That Mick Mars thing needs to come out.
Yeah,
it's coming out the first quarter.
It's just never going to see the light of day the way they keep pushing it back.
No, it'll be out by the end of the first quarter of the year.
I just watched the Dirt the other day for shits and grins. I had a couple drinks in me, and that dude was so important in the music. We didn't know who he was back then. I think a lot of us, but he was.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next. Who are we going to pick now? It is Neon Coven. All right.
Neon Coven. All right.
Interesting name.
Some info on this band. Well, speaking of Mick Mars's new record, this band features Jacob Bunton, who is one of 2 singers that are on the Mick Mars record coming out, and also features Ace Von Johnson from L.A. Guns and Faster Pussycat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like him.
So that's pretty promising. And there's a picture of what they look like. And
They got the look down.
this is from an album. This is from their debut full-length album, Future Postponed. This is a song called Dead to Me. All right. What do we think of Neon Coven?
I dig it. I like it. I'm gonna put this one. I don't know. I'm gonna put this on the lower side of Smash, but definitely a Smash. Not bad at all.
I liked it a lot. I definitely could call it a smash personally.
Yeah.
Ron?
I'll agree. Yeah.
All right. Andy?
You know what? It's more fake drums, more easy drummer out of a DAW, but the vocals were better than what you'd expect. The guitars sounded all right, and it changed key, modulated key when it went to the chorus, so they get credit for that. So in as much as we can smash something like this, where one of the guys looks like he might have just gotten over COVID, I'll put it in the smash category. and tell me I'm wrong. I think you guys are all looking at the same one.
Jeez. I don't know. They all look a little sickly to me, but all right.
Yeah, most of them do look. Most of them do look like they could use to share a sandwich with Nikki Sixx.
That's a good call back to the sludge days. All right. All right, let's go back to our wheel and see who we're going to pick next.
Well, the vocals were a little off-putting, but I could get used to it.
Yeah, the guitars are good though. I like that.
All right. Per side, I think is how you say this band name.
Oh,
Per
really?
side. And they look like this. They're a French rock band.
No. Trash.
French. I mean, I could have told you that was Austin, Braden, Nathan, and Rick from Guitar Center, Marana, Arizona.
All right. Let me give some backstory. Perside was born 4 childhood friends who decided to form a rock band in 2001 as they were just teenagers. 10 years later, they were crossing the frontiers to share their music widely. After 2 EPs released, assigning to Orange Rock label, thousands of gigs across France, Europe, and even the USA, with bands like Soilwork, Betraying the Martyrs, Cancer Bats, We Butter the Bread with Butter. That's a band name? We Butter the Bread with Butter? Okay.
That's the greatest band name ever.
That sounds like a band from Wisconsin, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
They should go. They should go on a tour with Korn and Limp Bizkit. It'll be called the Full Meal Tour, and says the story is still being written today. Okay,
All right.
We butter the. I gotta get we butter the bread with butter as part of Smash or Trash because
I want them on the wheel next week.
yeah.
Or next time.
All right, this is per side from an album called The Only Thing, and this is called Siren in the Distance. All right.
Oh, wow.
Nobody cut themselves while that was playing, I hope.
No.
I wanted to.
Kind of reminds me of like the Visual K stuff from Japan. These guys are from France and they're singing English, but musically it's kind of got that feel to it, kind of like I don't know, like that band Penicillin I kind of like, or one of those bands, but not terrible. Just not really my thing.
Yeah, the production was bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to smash this one.
Yeah, I didn't absolutely hate it. I mean, there's things about it I liked. I thought the guitar riff was pretty cool. I didn't care for all the screamo thing. Is just not for me. But I mean, it has potential. But yeah, it's more of a trash than a smash for me.
I want to say hi to Todd Miller, who rang in the chat from El Paso, Texas. Todd, in ordinary days, I go to El Paso every month or two for work, and I miss it desperately. The people there are some of the nicest people you're ever going to want to meet. So God bless you, Todd Miller. About this band, when the third note in is a turkey, first off, it was recorded to a hard drive because that note wouldn't have stuck to tape. And the music made me tired. It made me tired. I wanted to go shut off the lights and go to bed because I was so tired from the screamo vocals that came in 20 seconds in. So I'm going to trash that.
Okay. Ron, you already said nope before we even played a note of it. So I guess your mind hasn't changed.
It's not just trash, it's dumpster fire.
Oh,
Wow. Wow. I didn't think it was that bad, but wasn't that crazy?
And like I tell you guys every week, I just pick stuff. Some of it could be good, some of it could be bad. So it's not all going to be a winner. All right. We want to keep going. We got two left.
Okay, yeah, let's do another one.
So you want to do one more, and then the one that's left we'll hold on for next week?
Yeah, and then I think the thing to know about this band was we butter our bread with butter. A huge favor by taking them out on tour. And I haven't even heard their music, but just based on the band name alone, I know they've got to be awesome. And I demand that band be on the wheel next week.
They should go on a tour with Honky Toast.
Yeah, we butter the Honky Toast with buttery butter.
Yeah. All right.
Like a hot knife through butter.
All right, Gene. All right, let's see. Are we going to have Swarmageddon or Every Mother's Nightmare? Let's see what we get here. Oh, boy, I was hoping to play Every Mother's Nightmare. Damn.
Come on.
Swarmageddon. I knew Every Mother's Nightmare got left out.
I like the name.
It's a cool name. Here's what the band looks like. Let's see if you can predict what it's going to sound like just by the photo. What do you think?
Hey, how's she doing?
Yeah. Bloodstained Origami is the name of their album.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds like a folk artist. All right.
But if the Renaissance Festival here wasn't canceled, I'd expect to see that act.
All right.
What is that? Blood-stained orgasm? What? Okay. Never mind.
Go
Go
sing in a
ahead.
parking lot, Ron.
Swarmageddon.
Hey, Ron, this band is also from France.
Of course they are.
Metal band.
No, I love France.
All right, they're a metal band from Besançon, France, formed by Marion in 2015, mixing aggressiveness, atmospheres, and melody. The music of Swarmageddon explores a universe both dark and epic at the crossroads of old school and modern metal. So that's a one-size-fits-all description.
Okay.
I agree with Eric.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Swarmageddon from an album called Inhuman with the song called Reanimation. And that is here. All right.
When's the girl gonna sing?
That's her.
Oh my god, it's horrible. I liked it better when it was called Ginger.
Yeah, it's very gingery, isn't it?
Yeah, this is not for me. You don't have to start the song with double bass. That's not the way to build something that eventually comes to a satisfying conclusion.
So it's a trash for you.
Oh god, yeah. Horrible.
I
I don't have
don't
to ask the rest of you.
Yeah, I don't know about all this. I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy as hell. The drumming is pretty unbelievable. I don't know. I'm a Kiss fan, you know. I'm not the one to tell you if this is good or not because it's outside of what I'm into. So the only thing I can say about it is it's not me. That's not something I want to put in my car. I got one band like this I like, and they're not even a real band. It's Death Clock.
Right.
It reminds me of like Lady Death.
I don't want to drive to this music. I want to get where I'm going.
Right.
I like it musically. I think it's good. The vocals are just too much for me, but musically, I thought the guitar playing, the riffing's good, the drumming's good. It's actually
in the chat they call it out with Nightwish, Ginger, Epica.
Yeah.
It's all that shit sounds the same to me.
Yeah, and it's in the same vein as that stuff. But I mean, I would listen to more of it personally. I'll go with a smash. I'll be the weird person here. Sometimes I like to listen to stuff like this. I don't care much for the vocals, but for the music of it, I can listen to it because I like In Flames once in a while. I like Epica. I like some of those bands. I have to be in the right mood for it, but I didn't mind it. Arch Enemy, yeah, it sounds like Arch Enemy. Ron, what did you think? Is it France approved?
I can't even come up with something nice to say.
I'm pretty sure Ron's the only guy here that's older than me, and he just ain't got time for this shit.
Right. Yeah.
No, he's got lots of time for this shit.
She's not bad looking, but she scares the hell out of me when she sings.
Maybe that's the point.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's supposed to be.
Well, and the guy on the right, I'm pretty sure that guy's got to be the drummer because Mike Portnoy did that pose in like 1999.
He does look like Mike Portnoy.
Oh, yeah.
This is garbage. Chris, I'm going to suggest, I gave you a CD at the Atlanta Kiss Expo called Billy Stokes with Mark Storace from Crocus playing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Give that one a spin. It's going to at least remind these other guys of something that sounds like music. I classify this band as something you listen to instead of music.
That's not that bad.
I get it.
It's all whatever you're into. I like it, though. I don't mind it. This shit helps me run.
Yeah, I can see that. It would be good for that, definitely.
You need Big K on the show again. She is on fire in the comments.
Yeah, we love her. Yeah,
I will say it's nowhere near as good as Dawn of the Rising.
You do, no. Yeah, because Ray's in the chat. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
We give them a lot of love. So, do we want to?
Who's the winner of the night then?
Do we want to do a palate cleanser and do Every Mother's Nightmare, or do you want to hold it for next time?
That's right, we do.
Yes, please.
You want to do it? Okay. Because I'd like to give them some press because we all like them.
Yeah.
All right. So Every Mother's Nightmare, if you don't know, they're a Memphis band going all the way back to the late 80s, early 90s. Definitely, you're going to hear some twang in these vocals, but that's what makes them kind of unique. But I love this new record they're putting out. It's called, what is it? Resurrect the Faithful. That's what they look like today. And our good friend Eric Hernandez actually took that photo and took the photos for the album. So I'm happy for that guy. All right, so we don't have to spin the wheel for this one. So.
And I met the whole band last year, well, a couple of years, and they're awesome guys. Rick Rule is awesome. He was at Rockin' Pod.
Yes, he's been a 2-time guest at Rockin' Pod. So we're biased. We're obviously going to call this a smash anyway, but
it's a smash.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Here's Every Mother's Nightmare. That's the song Breathe from Every Mother's Nightmare. What do we think?
I think we found our winners of the night.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This is excellent. Excellent stuff. I love it. It's really good. I was Every Mother's Nightmare was a band, another one that I would never known about when I was younger, but through doing this show, people turn you on to all kinds of different stuff. And when it comes to Rockin' Pod, Chris is a pretty busy guy. He's running everything. I'm a pretty busy guy. I'm emceeing the whole thing. And when we have the time to do one single interview through the entire weekend of Rockin' Pod, we spend that hour with Rick Rule. And he's an awesome dude, and I love this band.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to, when I was a teenager, I got to see them play in a basement in Bellevue, Tennessee, because they were doing a Nashville show, and they were friendly with somebody I knew, and they allowed them to use their basement for their rehearsal space. And Rick doesn't even remember it, but I remember I must have been like maybe 15 or 16, and I got to see them rehearse, and they were crazy. They were literally crazy people. But, yeah, great band, great guys. Smash for me, totally.
Fantastic band. Just like Kick Tracy, they just came out 2 years too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a horrible thing, but the hair metal thing killed it for all these other bands that could come after it. So thank goodness they're still doing it. Song's great. It builds to something. It actually sounds like real instruments. I'll smash it.
It's the best quality like production they've had on any other stuff. Like they really stepped it up a notch on this one. I really like it. All right.
Well, they was another band like Saigon Kick and those. What was the
Ron? Why'd you block Kristen?
What was it? Oh shit!
What the fuck, dude?
God damn it!
I haven't seen Ron snort anything tonight. He's just been drinking.
Oh shit! I don't know what you did, man. That's like one of our most faithful listeners.
You're gonna make us lose one of our best friends, Ron. What the hell, man?
I think he was trying to block somebody else.
Yeah, I was.
Oh man.
Kristen must have commented right as I was doing it.
Well, you owe her an apology.
Yes, I do. I'm so sorry.
All right, let me take Every Mother's Nightmare off. All right, so
Really cool.
pretty good. So yeah, that about does it for this week. Anything else we want to address before we go?
I appreciate you guys having me on. I miss you all terribly. Ron, I've only met you a couple times. The other guys, I do miss you. I'm hoping like hell Rockin' Pod goes off without a hitch, and then we get to spend some time together there in Nashville.
Yeah, I actually I've already started rolling on planning, and I need to talk to you in the next week or so to get some stuff in place.
Ready anytime. I'll do whatever I can to help.
Awesome. Andy, thank you so much for making me look so good on Reverse Beat the Geek.
Yeah, I'm horribly not competitive except when it comes to trivia, and I'm all I can say is I'm happy for you that you won.
Woo, it was a good one, man. I felt great about it. Sorry, dude.
All right, fellas, say hi to Jamie and Mrs. Sinzak, whose name I forget because I drank one of these, and Rock and Ron's wife, who I have never met. Say hi to everybody for me.
Will do, buddy. Thanks for coming on tonight, man.
Will do. Thanks. Good to see you again, Andy.
Yeah, awesome dude, man. I love Andy Connors. Can you believe he took the time to come on this show just to make me look so good at Reverse Beat the Geek? What a guy.
Yeah. So for the people that are still on watching, there's only a few of you left, but we're not going to go live next Friday because obviously it's Christmas, but the week after is going to be a little different because New Year's Eve is on a Thursday, so we will actually be doing Thursday Night Live the week after and counting down the new year. We'll be doing our regular time, but anybody wants to come pop in, say hi, it'll be fun.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a lot of good guests that want to pop in and say hi and celebrate the new year with us.
Yeah,
this is definitely a new year that needs to be celebrated. To hell with 2020.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us once again for another edition of Decibel Geek Friday Night Live. Rock and Ron Runyon, Chris Sinzak, myself, Aaron Camaro. We all thank you very much for taking the time to spend a little time with us, talking about rock and roll and having fun. If you want some more Decibel Geek in your life, well, if you didn't know, we actually do a podcast. Yeah, that's right. We've been doing it for over 9 years, so going on 10, and it is called Decibel Geek. Last week we did Chris and I did a draft of the best bass and drum teams of all time, and we got Rock and Ron with us that runs Decibel Geek TV. And yeah, go on over to Facebook, give us a like if you haven't already. Get in on the conversation over there. We've made a lot of awesome friends over the years doing this show, and we're going to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And yeah, who's next for Reverse Beat the Geek? I am the king.
Yeah, and if you prefer YouTube, I just posted the newest episode. The rhythm section draft is now available on Decibel Geek TV on YouTube.
Yep. All right. Well, Merry Christmas, you guys, and
Merry Christmas.
I'll see you on New Year's Eve.
You guys have a great Christmas.
Sounds good.
And
Bye,
everybody out there, have a good one. Don't drink too much Jaeger.
Yeah, listen to him.
And we will see you for New Year's Eve.
Yes.